Hi there, this is Joanna. Alright, so the time has come for me to do lives in English, and many of you have asked me to do it. So I'm just going to do it in the series that I'm doing in Polish. And Thursday it's about the language, and today is Thursday, and I will just to say that another days I'm doing the cycle about femininity, feminine energy, sacred feminine, women relationships, right? So I invite you to just observe my, just follow my fan page, my site, a Facebook site. You can also go to my website. You can go to the YouTube website, and my website, my domain in English, it's frommatrixtoself.com. So you can go there and check out what I do. And I'm just, in Polish we say I'm a Wiedma, alright? You don't have that word. In English you just say witch, which is not the same because it's not czarownica. I'm not doing any magic exactly, especially not black magic. I'm just I think it's sage in English, all right? What I'm doing is I'm doing consultations, and I'm doing analysis which are based in ancient science, astrology, numerology, human design, and so on, all right? As well, I do sessions for people, mainly for women, and I'm writing books. Everything is on my website, so just go there, check out, and let's talk about the language. Alright, let's talk about the language. Yeah. It's not, I'm not going basically to talk about the language in a way the grammaticians do, right? I'm not going to tell you, oh, that's the subject, that's an object. That would be boring, right? Now I have more philosophical approach, and I'm basically thinking how is the language connected to all that is sacred geometry and the matrix, which is basically the matrix of everything, of universe, right? Yeah, and so the topic today is what is the speech and what really is the language, right? And my idea, that's a philosophical idea, that's my philosophical approach, philosophical, let's say, observation, is that there is a difference, right? Speech is basically something that is based in feminine energy, and the language is based in masculine energy. And I know it's a holistic generalizing, but we also need that kind of perspective. And so today I had a lesson. I've got a course. It's called the Course of Reformed Polish Ancient Grammar. And we were talking about aspects of a verb, right? Now, in that topic, I'm not going to talk about the topic. Next year, I will be doing the course about the Arya language. So you are invited. Maybe it will be in English as well. But we were talking about that what is speech and that what is the language, right? And for me, that's really the notion of philosophy, but as well a little bit of fairy tale. So I'm going to tell you a fairy tale. I think that once upon a time there were people living on the earth, and there were earth people. They were, that's what we call in Polish ziemianie, earthly people. They were natives, basically. And I think that today all that is so-called analytic type of language, analytic types of languages in the world. They are more or less languages in the mentality of feminine energy and in the mentality of natives, earth people. Because those languages, I think they are speeches basically. So they are, they've got both notions, speech and language, meaning that they are based in grammar as well. That's the language. But they are, I think, very much attached to what is the sound and everything that is the sound of nature. And I don't know all the languages of the world, right? But I look at, for example, Arabic, or I look at languages such as the north of Europe, Nordic, like Norwegian. I was learning that for 1 year, and languages such as Chinese, or even languages of India South, and I think they are mostly analytical, and many languages of Africa, they are analytical, and for me that means that their grammar is more or less intuitive. It's not so, it's structure. After some time they put it in a logic, but the way it was created, it was mainly like, okay, so let's put some more. Let's put another structure to express something. Oh, we need some more. Let's put another structure to express something more. Let's put another structure to express something more. It's just like gluing things, and that's how the nature works, more or less. All right. So you just need something. Also, you just put together, put together. Something which is down there can disappear or be changed, but basically you don't really have depends. I know I don't want to simplify that much, but what I observe basically that those analytical languages, they are stronger in all that is connection to the earth, to the nature and sound of nature. So they are very profoundly melodical. Normally there is lots of melody, and normally the accent, not exactly an accent, the pressure, they usually have both the pressure and the tone. Okay, right? So there's a melody of the language, and they are normally very flexible, I would say. So they are not, for example, like Polish, that is like jun, jun, jun. The pressure, the accent, so-called, is on the every second syllable from the end of the word. It's not like that. It's not so. How to say? It's not so. The accent is not set normally in those languages, and it's more like flowing. It's more not so much improvising, but it's more melodical. Everything is more melodical, and it's more like the sounds of nature. Exactly, more like the music before the modern era. And I very much see it that it's also the rhythm. That's about the rhythm, because the pressure in the language, for example, in Polish, is like it's always in the same place. All right, so that's why it makes you this kind of steady rhythm, all right, just like the soldiers marching, something like that. And that was done to Polish by Latin. It was not natural, because it's not natural in Polish dialects, all right. The pressure is flowing. It's not in one place, all right, in the sentence and in the word. So what I'm saying is that in my opinion, that's an opinion, that's a tale, a fairy tale. I think that there were people who basically were living in the earth, on the earth, and they had their speech, their way of speaking, that was very much reflecting how the nature works and the sounds of nature. That's why it's so rich. Those languages normally are so rich in sounds, and they are normally a lot of vowels, and those vowels can be short or long, or even half long. Just like English. English is as well is very much analytical, because English is a mixture, right? It's not an original language, so it has a little bit of Celtic, a little bit of Latin Celtic, a little bit of Slavic, a lot of Slavic, and Slavonic, and a lot of from the north, and therefore it's got a lot of vowels, which are not really shown. It's not reflected in their alphabet and scripture, but those vowels are exactly like that. Though there are different type of a, right? A, it can be short, can be long, and they are also connected, okay, between A and between E, E, English E, and between A, okay, A. So there is something like you've got, right? So you've got that. We don't really have that so much in Polish, standard Polish, but we have it in dialects. Just because it was chased, it was destroyed in a standard Polish. But in your British English you've got that, right? So what I'm saying is that those analytical languages, which are, I think they've got kind of improvised grammar. It's like instant grammar. It's like, oh, we need something, so let's put something new. And it's not like really powerfully thought your grammar, all right, analytical grammar. That's what I think. Maybe came some reformers and put it together, right, some logical structure. But basically, like going on the way you were doing reforms. That's what I see. And such are, I think, for a moment, I didn't do deep studies, but I will do. Analytical languages, more analytical, because it doesn't exist like purely analytical language and purely synthetical. Maybe it existed antes español, before. And I think those analytical languages are just very rich and connected to the earth, to the sound, to the melody of the language, to the nature, and therefore it's like speech. There are lots of words, but those words are connected and not connected. They are changed. They're flowing freely, I would say, and you are not really. It's just they are not really logically put together, I would say. Those are just like the sounds of the nature. You needed something and you just take it, right? Something like that. And so that's how I see it. And I think that first language of the earth was like that. What it was mainly expressing, like describing the world in all its richness, right? Oh, something is coming. ¿Va a pasar?
Sí, sí.
Yeah.
¿Qué tal?
¿Qué tal?
No sé, bueno.
Gracias. Alright, so I will tell you that I'm in Peru. Who is watching me? I don't know. I'm in Peru, and so my Spanish comes inside English sometimes, and Polish and French. And I'm on a trail, right? I'm just here. You can see, okay, I'm here, up there. Here is the stadium. Here is the trail, right? And Senor, Somebody was coming up here. He was going up there, from down to up, because I think I'm sitting on some trail. On maybe there is his chakra. Ah, yeah. There is another topic. All right. So I think that's the. I think that analytical languages came from the earth. Those are languages of people from the earth. And the fairy tale, my fairy tale is that I think to the earth came Arya people who are white and who are not native from the earth, and they came with their language mainly, and it was already they had their speech from another area of the universe, but I think they very much connected themselves with their logical grammar and language, therefore, because language is based in grammar rules and logic, and the language is functional. You have the object, you have the goal, you want to express something and obtain something. That's the language, right? So they connected themselves to the earth languages, and I think the first connection was it could be the first connection was with all the Europeans, who I think are native people of Africa, and then they came to Europe, or maybe they just connected, maybe Arya people just connected directly to Africa, I don't know. I think Africa is the home of Earth, and yeah, and that language, Arya language, is purely synthetical. Maybe not purely synthetical, but it's very much synthetical, so based in a logical grammar, all right? And that's how I put it. Because, like, when you think, how is it, philosophically speaking, right? Nobody thinks that, but think. So, why there are analytical languages and synthetical languages? Okay, language is inside ourselves. So that's connected to the mentality and to your genetics, basically, right? And to your ambiente, to your environments. Like, what do you reflect? What is outside of you, right? And I think that people on the earth were very much connected to nature, which is very rich in sound, colors, everything, right? And probably Arya people came from the universe, from the space where you didn't have so much richness of the speech, of everything which is melody, sound, different kind of sound, everything, right? So maybe they connected and they created that kind of language, which is the mixture of analytical and synthetical, I think. And those are Slavic languages, basic first languages of Europe. And from there came other languages like Latin and so on. And that's our Slavonic idea. But basically that's what I think. Okay, analytical and synthetical. So that's two kinds of mentality of people, simply. Two tendencies in the languages. And okay, finishing, I wanted to say that that's interesting because, for example, see, I think that this language, analytical language of people of the earth, it was one language, just like Arya language. I think it was one language. And those people on the earth probably had their speech, which was single, right? And maybe it was the Africa paradise language, or speech rather. Yeah, depends. And I think it was all the basic words describing the earth came from there. And just something interesting. For example, here in Peru, the natives, they've got their languages, or let's say dialects, or I don't know, speeches. And they have that word chakra. This is from Quechua. I'm in Peru, and Quechua, there is not only Quechua, there's Yoruba, different, yeah? I don't know all names. But there's Quechua, and from that Quechua is connected to Siberia in Russia, to Asia, and to Turkish and Mongolian people, and those people from Siberia, right? Now, because those are all native people. Now, they've got that word chakra. Chakra, what is chakra? Chakra is the space where you grow plants. So it's your farm. Not exactly, yeah, it can be a farm. It's a piece of land. It's a chakra. Now, do you know Sanskrit? Do you know yoga? You've got the word chakra, right? Chakras. In Sanskrit, you've got the word, not exactly chakra, like we say, right? It should be chakra, chichi, exactly the same. Now, who put that? Okay, so what does it mean? Chakra in Sanskrit comes from Turkish and Mongolian from Siberia? I don't know. Or maybe not. Maybe it comes from the Dravidians from the south? Maybe. Who knows? But it's very, very old word and very sacred word, because it talks about chakras that we've got in our body, energetical places. But those are places, and those are, it says those are holes, or those are centers, something round. Now, what is the chakra exactly? They don't really say it's your piece of land is like square. No, it's like shaped in a irregular or some circle shape, right? So the chakra basically is something round or something shapeless, but it's not exactly square like we say. For example, in Polish we've got the word pole, and now pole, some people say it's square. No, it's not square. Pole is just a piece of land. Normally it's like different, has different shapes, or it can be round, or it's shapeless, yeah, something like that. But basically it's not exactly square, and it's not exactly circle, just like chakra. In your center of energy, it's not exactly a circle, it's not exactly a square. It can maybe an oval, it may be, right? It can maybe like a star, right? So it's moving, it's shapeless, it's changeable, right? And that's chakra. And here exactly it's the same. So it's a piece of land, but land is power. For those native people, that's basic power. The power comes from there. Now what else we've got? We've got chakram. Chakram, and that also is from Sanskrit, and it means it's a powerful land, right? So it's an energetic place of land. Yeah, how to say? It's a center of energy in the land, on the land. All right. So how comes? Chakra here, it's a very ancient word, Quechua, right? I think simply that word comes from, not from Arya, they put it in their science, they put it in their knowledge, in Vedas, right? But simply because Arya people used the basic richness of the native language or speech, the vocabulary, the sound, the accent, everything, and they connected it to their grammar and logic, right? So chakra basically is probably the word, probably the old Europeans used it. Yeah, we can now think. I was thinking, okay, so how is it connected to Slavonic, Polish? It is connected because you've got chikry, that's consonants, right? So it's kry, it's krąg. Krąg in Polish means something round or something simply that is connected like that, right? What happened? So it's something that you connect. It can be oval, it can be round, or it can be that is simply like chakra, something that you put your circa, yes, Cerca and Quechua, Espanol Quechua is, but it's Quechua is a piece of land. It's a circuit. Yeah, it's something that you close your land. Yeah. Anyway, so chakra, and we've got krąg in Polish, and I think it's connected to kółko, koło. Yeah, and you've got circle and circle. It's connected to chakra as well, but I think those first words, such as home, circle, land, all the names of the nature come from the earth language, from the earth speech, and they are based in nature sounds. And I think in those analytical languages it's very much connected to nature. In Polish too, but Polish has lots of old Europeans, I think, words. Therefore, when somebody tells me what is the oldest language, how can you know? The oldest normally should be those speeches of the earth. So all analytical languages, basically. All the Europeans, but all the Europeans is all mixed with Slavonic. Right, all right. I see that my son is looking for me, so I'm finishing. Down there, with the dog. Oli! All right. Let's go. I will just show you the how is here. Maybe. PERU. Yauyos. And down there is a river. My son is over there. Oh yeah, he went over there with the dog. And the man was walking down, up there. There is a big rock. And I'm going down. Okay, see you later.